Alright, so we're back. We got a push day. It's gonna be push day A. Hopefully we get to a push day B. Um, this is actually my first time doing a push day. Usually this would be just chest for me, but since I said I was switching up my split, I'm doing push pull legs. Well, legs push pull. So, and I mean push is just another word for chest and shoulders. So we're gonna be doing both some chest and some shoulders. And then we'll have another push day, which would be push day B. And that'll be more chest and shoulders. I'm deciding to hit calves again today, just because this is like my first week back in 2 weeks. So kind of want to give my calves extra love. Just because calves are so stubborn, man. You really gotta stay on calves. So just trying to make sure lose that progress we made. So, and I've never done, like I said, a push day. So this will be my first time kind of programming this. So I'm thinking we'll do a couple blood flow type movements. So we'll have a fly. Well, first I'll warm up my shoulders. So I'll hit some kind of lateral raise. Yo, Dark Rocks. What's good? 2020. Okay, so we'll do a warm up type movement. So it'll be lateral raises just to get my shoulders warm. We'll do flies and then flies for the chest, get the chest warm. We'll already be doing lateral raises, so that'll be good for the shoulders. That'll pretty much cover like shoulder warm up. And then we'll move into our compounds, our heavy compounds. So that'll be some type of shoulder press and then a heavy, I think it's gonna go heavy hammer strength bench. Just do flat one, just because I like the squeeze I get on that. So I'm gonna do that, and then maybe we'll hit some kind of rear delt, front delt, just to kind of hit all the heads, and then we'll hit probably another kind of heavy chest press type movement, and then another fly, and then in between all this, I want to kind of be still working the arms. Just I want to be training everything twice, so I still incorporate arm. Well, actually, I'm gonna just hit biceps today. I still have a pull day, so I can hit triceps with my pull day. So I'm not gonna worry about triceps today. Yo, driving with Spice. What's good? Wait, this is you're the Pisces, right? Yeah, you're the my Pisces friend. That means you got a birthday coming up too. To do a set was born in with set kind of outward. You know, so you can hit all those. Yeah, I used to actually do them like that. I don't know. Sometimes I just be lazy, man. Played Cavs yesterday, so I really kind of wanted to just breeze through these. Cavs are stubborn. So So you gotta really, really beat these things up. I've left me for 19 points. That's funny. Dang, 19 though? That's pretty. That's kind of OD. Said, and you know what you name singer of Noob? And you know what name singer of Noob? I'm confused. Get them calf raises. I'm trying. These things be burning, man. I finally stopped doing them standing because I seen a video where somebody was talking about how when you do the standing, you can kind of cheat them a little bit. You know, recruit other muscles to kind of get the weight up. And I was like, that kind of makes sense. And then when you're sitting down, you know, you really kind of have to focus on just using your calf. There's no kind of way to recruit any other kind of muscle when you seat it. So now I just do them seated. Which I can see that, because I guess I kind of did used to cheat a bit, especially when I would go like heavier. It's kind of easier to cheat it when you're standing. It's burning though. It's even on calf. Oh yeah, good to do on the leg press too. I'm trying to think. Yeah, you really can't. You can't cheat them on the leg press either. Well, you kind of can. A little bit. I will say it's hard to cheat them if you use like the precise amount of weight. It's hard to cheat them if you do that. But what most people don't realize is it's like it's really not even about pressing up like the part of the calf raise that you really want to emphasize is this part where you're stretching. Like when you come down, that's what you want to emphasize. It's really not even about it's not so much the coming up part, it's the stretch at the bottom. Yep, how deep you go, exactly. It's more so that stretch. That's why I'm like, if you know that part, it's hard to cheat if you know that the stretch is like the most important part, then you're more likely to not cheat the movement just because you're not gonna be as focused on like, okay, let me load this machine up so I can really press a lot of weight up. I used to really not even hit calves at all. My uncle was a powerlifter. He taught me when I was a teenager. This is the same workout. One of my friends. Okay. Oh wait, how old are you? I always said like I used to kind of want to do powerlifting, but then I was like, my joints hurt enough from doing my bodybuilding. I can't imagine really emphasizing more weight on everything, like how like the kind of beating your joints in. Which I guess when I played football, we kind of were power lifters in a sense because everything was about, the best max and like beating out the people in your position group or the people in your class. So it really was kind of like more power lifter type vibes. And of course, then we did like Olympic lifts and everything, power cleans, uh, push jerks, hang cleans, all of the Olympic lifts pretty much. I want to say we did snatches too. We didn't do a whole lot of snatch just because that was one of the more dangerous lifts. If I remember right, because I think the snatch is where you like push it over your head. That was one of the more dangerous movements, so we didn't emphasize on too much. But we did a lot of power clean, a lot of hang clean. And we did split jerks too. One of my teammates, he was doing a split jerk. He had I think he had like two plates, and he ended up like dropping the weight on his head, and he had like fell out, and I don't know, it was kind of crazy. And another one of my teammates, they were doing power clean, and they like pulled the weight up, and he ended up like chipping his tooth. Uh, so yeah, that's the only thing about having a football players doing Olympic lifts. There's a lot of it's not quite as coordinated as your Olympic lifters who do that kind of stuff on a regular basis. I'm thinking I'm gonna go dumbbell lateral raise. Just doing a push day, so we'll still be doing. Oh wait, he said there's some messages. 30. Oh, okay. 27. My other favorite shrugs. Oh yeah, we used to do a lot of shrugs and upright rows. That's when my traps had got like really big from doing like power cleans, hang cleans. We did upright rows just to kind of strengthen our traps. My traps had got humongous. Three hernia surgery. Oh yeah, that was the only thing I didn't. I was always kind of hesitant on the powerlifting. It's just a lot of it, man. When you're pushing yourself to like maximum effort with heavy weight, especially without a spotter too. That's like another thing that kind of would hold me back from doing powerlifting is I work out by myself. I've always kind of worked out by myself for the most part, so it makes it difficult having a spotter. Okay, you didn't play sports. Yeah, that was pretty bad. So like I said, the one dude dropped the weight on his head. The other one chipped his tooth. So he was probably drunk. No, I'm trying to think. Actually, I think he did drink, but usually not before football practice, especially not like when we practice. Because we practice in like summer workouts, and we would be out on like this the tennis courts, and I mean the the sunlight was like directly on that court. And I mean, I would burns all over me because we have to like lay down and do like 6 inches, and we did all our stretching out there. So we'd be laying down on that court, just getting all kinds of burns, just because of the direct sunlight would heat up the court. Safety is definitely key. You want to Mike Tyson neck? Yeah, I think we all could relate to that. Or just Tyson's like overall physique, like in his prime, he was jacked, crazy jacked. I used to like watch some of his clips, and I would just imagine like taking one of his punches. Probably should ease into these. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. He had crazy strength. Trying to get my wake up juice. These haven't failed me yet. Usually, like I'll kind of go through a phase with energy drinks. Like it'll start off being really effective, and then after like a couple weeks, it's like my body will get used to it, and they just won't have the same effect. But these have kind of stood the test for like a couple months actually. So I'm gonna keep sticking with them. I used to be so against like any kind of energy drinks or like caffeine. I still don't like coffee, but I've come around to like certain kinds of energy drinks. I still won't touch Monster or like Red Bull. Um, I drink C4. It's kind of, I don't know, it's just kind of mid to me. Like some days it's good, but like if I drink C4 for too many days, it just doesn't work after like a couple weeks. Uh, Celsius for a while. Celsius was my go-to, and then I don't know, after a couple months, it just stopped doing the trick. And then like I started having like this weird I don't want to say pain in my chest, but I don't. It didn't feel right, so I just stopped drinking them. But I think that's when I was down in like sometimes two of them a day. So I was like, yeah, probably shouldn't be drinking these. I don't really know exactly what they put in. And I used to do pre-workout, like pre-workout powders, but something about the powders is just like it's kind of annoying after a while. I don't know. That's why I switched it to it's like canned drinks. I will admit sometimes this kind of makes me like a little bit, I guess, like jittery or like shaky a little bit, but it's not the point. It does its job of like giving me energy. So I try not to be too picky because I'm like, as long as it gives me energy, there's no perfect energy drink. So every everything has its pros and cons. So it's like either you want energy or you don't. It might come along with some shakes. To me, I like that. I feel like that's how I know it's working. Just like some people don't like the skin crawling you get from like certain energy drinks, but I like that. I like the skin crawling, or like your face itching. That's how you know it's working. I don't mind that stuff. I'm trying not to do too many because, like I said, I want to do decently heavy pressing. So this is more of just pumping blood in them, my shoulders. And actually, it seems like my shoulder hanging away too. Like I was saying on my live yesterday, yesterday was my first day back from like being off for 2 weeks. Because initially, the first week I took off to heal my knee. I was having a lot of knee pain on my leg days, so I had took the initial first week off, and then like the second week, I ended up getting sick. So I unintentionally took 2 weeks off. So yeah, kind of easing back into things. Luckily, I'm all kind of staying moving, so my cardiovascular, I guess endurance didn't take a huge hit, which if I still had like a desk type job, it probably would have, just because that kind of sedentary uh, sort of lifestyle can do that to you. Which I mean, doing like gig work, I'm driving all day. I'm still sitting on my butt, but I still do get out to like shop for orders and stuff. So I'm not actually sitting down the whole day. And of course, if I want, I can get up and like move around. But you can do that at a job, I used to walk around, go to like the break room, get something to eat, something to drink. But for the most part, I was just sitting at a desk looking at a computer screen. So I'm trying to decide if I want to hit my heavy chest press first or shoulder. Like I said, I've never done a push day my first time, so everything will just be kind of experimental, just seeing what works best, and then we'll know moving forward how to like structure these workouts. So it's really just trial and error. I still eventually want to try a up lower day. I had seen where um, I was watching a podcast. Terrence Ruffin was talking about how um, Mike Summerfield, he had got really good results from doing a upper lower split. So I was like, no workout is one size fits all, but you know, a human body is a human body. So just because, just because someone else responds well to certain type of training, obviously it won't be, apples to apples, but it doesn't hurt to try, experiment with it. So I think I might try the upper lower split eventually, just to see what works best. Because I feel like I did the bro split so long, my body got used to it. I got bored with it. So I was like, it never hurts to switch up, especially being like a natural. Um, I feel like it is, well, I don't know. Natural and enhanced, you're still going to be able to see noticeable differences when you switch up your training. Well, obviously, being natural is going to take you a lot longer to see those changes, those differences. You don't want to constantly be switching up your training because then it'll be hard to know what works and what doesn't. Let's see. I'm not trying to leave y'all. I think that's better. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, see, I like this one better. Oh man, I love it. No shoulder pain at all. I'll just have to give it a couple weeks. That shoulder pain will probably be back. Not gonna be too heavy. But we will enjoy it. But I like to put something under this, just so I'm not bringing it all the way to the bottom. It kind of hurts my shoulder when I do that, especially once I get into heavier sets. Because I mean, at first initial rep, it's not a normal rep because you're coming from like here, and then the shoulders all the way back here. Whereas like a normal rep would be more so here at like that kind of 90 degrees almost. So that's why I like to put the plate under it. Like I said, so I'm not pushing from the bottom. Oh, you're doing Uber? Oh yeah, you're in California. So time is it there? No, I'm just working out. I'm not. I'm still debating if I want to get into training. I'm obviously not very knowledgeable. I just kind of everything for me is like TikTok videos, Instagram, YouTube videos, and a lot of trial and error. So I obviously would need to study up. I said if I ever did do training though, I would want to have like my own facility, just because the clients I would want would be, which I mean I would. I'm not saying I wouldn't accept any kind of client. It's just the people I would really want to help would be like beginner, no experience type person. And usually those kinds of people, they don't, they're not coming out in like a public setting initially. They kind of prefer like a more private, intimate type setting. So I said I would want like my own facility. So I guess you can say I do. I want to own my own gym one day, maybe. Who knows? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what I'm doing with my life. I'm just out here. That's like Coach used to say, because I play linebacker. So anytime I would like mess up, a lot of times I would like slow down. He's like, if you're gonna be wrong, just be wrong with miles an hour. So I feel like that's my life right now. I'm wrong, but I'm just doing it at 100 miles an hour. Doing Uber. I had thought about doing competitions. It's so expensive, and I'm like a relatively frugal person, so I feel like anything I do, it's gotta. I want a good return on investment, and competing, it's nice to like have something to strive for, but there's really little to no money in actual competing. The money comes from the money actually. The people that make money in bodybuilding make it from endorsements, sponsorships, stuff like that, or like from building their own businesses. It's based on like their name, their reputation, their likeness, as people say. So that's the only reason I would, but I don't know. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, turn, turn our garage into like a little personal training area. We have a lot of space. Or even like our backyard is huge. It's just I don't know how our neighbors would feel. A lot of noise and stuff. 'Cause it's like that quiet kind of laid back neighborhood, like older couples. So I don't know. We'll see. I have an idea though. Oh, on the beach. Yeah, that is very true. And I love the beach actually. It's funny that you mentioned that. It's like my favorite thing to do is to go to the beach. That's like part of the reason I kind of miss Florida is just because girls would be like everywhere. So, and then being in California, I'm sure you got a beach like right near you. There's tons of beaches there. Are you in LA or like what part of California are you in? Yeah, the beach is a really good idea. And then people wouldn't be so focused on the fact they're suffering. It's just like they're in a relatively like relaxed, calm place, and their background is like ocean waves. That's what we do. Venice Beach. Okay, no problem. Dang, Venice. I think that's near like that's near like Muscle Beach. Yeah, I had one out there when I was I went to Long Beach for this event, and I was like, well, I'll probably never be this close again. So I ended up going to Muscle Beach. Of course, the little gym out there that they have like right on the beach was closed. The only thing was like it smelled so bad out there. That was the only thing. Like it was nice beach, but oh man, it smelled awful. Still had a good time though. It was like nobody out there. That I went like pretty early in the morning. Dang, he got some money though. He's in Venice Beach. I'm gonna get a loan from you. I think next, probably gonna do um, shoulder press. I'm just trying to think of like, I think like today, I'll stick with like the machines, and then this will be push A. So push B can be like mostly dumbbell stuff, dumbbell slash free weights. Like I said, this is my first time doing like push day, so I'm making this up as I go, but kind of seeing what's works best as far as how to structure it. Like once I get to shoulder pressing, I'll know, okay, it'll probably be best to start with either heavy chest press or heavy shoulder press. And then next time, I can switch it up just to see which is gonna work best. Because maybe I won't know that. Maybe I won't know that starting with uh, shoulder press would be better than starting with chest press. All right, so that's why I say everything for me is trial and error. Like I have no kind of logic, no experience when it comes to this. So I make sure that the right way on both sides. So I mess my shoulder up. I might go up to she felt better than I thought it would. Just the ocean. No. It's just like in Florida, everywhere is pretty much close to. Actually, I'll take that back because Orlando is like probably one of the. There's a lot of places that aren't close to the beach, but Orlando's the one because it's like the tourists kind of see, because you got like Disney, Universal, stuff like that. But you still have Daytona, that's like an hour. And then my favorite, Cocoa Beach, was like, I want to say like 45 minutes. So in Florida, you still have a beach relatively close to you, wherever you live at. It's not like here in North Carolina where I want to say, Carolina Beach and Wilmington probably. Well, I know that's closer than like Myrtle Beach, but it's just like the beaches they're not as close to you here. So, but yeah, that's probably like the literally the only thing I miss. Florida, I don't miss like the traffic. Uh, I don't miss all the people, especially like in, man, like I probably had an hour, probably like an hour's commute to work just because of all the traffic. Because Kissimmee is like right there where I want to say Universal's there. Um, I think Disney is too. Yeah, I think like all the parks are in Kissimmee. You get all that tourist traffic every day. So yeah, my commute was like an hour because I didn't take the tolls. That's another thing I don't miss. I don't miss all the tolls because like people get excited about it because it's like, oh yeah, no state income tax. But if you're not like a high six-figure income earner, then it doesn't really matter because they're gonna hit you with all those toll roads unless you choose to leave like a whole hour or two earlier for work, so you don't have to take the tolls. But yeah, so they make up for the state income tax by killing you with tolls. You live in Long Beach. Long Beach, that's where I was at for the event. I kind of liked it. It wasn't anything spectacular. I feel like I liked it better than LA. When I went to LA, it was during it was actually during COVID. When I went to LA, I liked it. I think there was a lot of sketchy people. Like we were walking down the street, and there was like all these people that kept like offering to take us on this tour of like the celebrities, neighborhoods and stuff. And they all had like these sketchy looking vans and like tour buses. Or maybe you've experienced that. Have you ever um well I'm sure you've been to LA, but like have you ever experienced that where like all the people will stop you and they'll have like the brochures trying to offer to take you to like um into like the celebrities neighborhoods? I was just like, I don't know, this seems kinda sketchy. Like and then like the vehicles they had to take you in. I'm just like, no, I'm good. Other than that, actually, I did like going to In and Out, and then they had. Oh, I probably had the best burger I've had in my life in LA. It was what was it? Cows, all cows never die, all cows. Something. It was like this like in the cut type place, but didn't even look like a restaurant. Dang, I'm gonna look it up. Um, it said, "What street are you?" North Carolina. I'm charging interest. Okay, what's your interest rate then? It sounds like you're at least interested in offering me a loan. June, this is Fit for Life. It's like a local gym. It's not like a I guess a chain. Like Planet Fitness. I think it's only here in North Carolina. Man, this be I will say my shoulder is like it's not bothering me. I don't want to jinx it, but it's not. I think I do the shoulder press, and then I move into like a bicep movement, just to kind of let my shoulders and chest recoup a little bit, and then move to like some, what you would call them, like accessory type work, instead of trying to do. I don't think I really need to hit two compound type movements, just because for one thing I'm having another push day, so I don't need to like kill myself on this one. So I'll do one compound for each, and then we'll move into accessory work. Which I forgot, I was supposed to do a fly movement just to like more chest, but it's all good. Laguna, okay. Well, I know that next time. So when I go out there next time, it's Laguna. I wish I could remember that burger place. I think it's Cows Never Say Die. Maybe that's it. That was the best burger I had in my life. It was better than, even better than any. Of course, I'm not here. Burgers never say die. That's the name of the place. I mean, that was best. I think they were smash burgers too. not even like a whole. They weren't even that elaborate. It's the meat, the cheese. I guess it was like the seasoning, and then the fries almost kind of remind you of like McDonald's. And I mean, it was just simple, but like, and that's all they serve too is like burgers and fries. That's when you know a place is really good when they can be competitive enough to stay open and only serve like a few items, just like In-N-Out. They only really serve what burgers and fries. That's pretty much it. I feel like that makes you a lot easier to be successful too, because when you can find one thing and be like not necessarily the best at it, but be good enough for people to like recognize your name and pick you over other places and drive out of their way just to visit you. So yeah, Laguna Beach. That's on the list. I was not eating the best when I got sick, so we're still covered up for a while. Till we can get back. I don't think I really lost any gains. If anything, I probably grew a little bit just from allowing my body to repair. I hadn't really taken any time like that in a while. But well, I already wasn't in like tip top shape, which I'm bulking. That's my excuse. For me, bulking is my excuse to get fat and be big back, eat whatever I want. A lot of people say you don't even need the bulk, but I just need a reason to tell myself uh, that I don't have to push away from the table. So I don't know like this. Now I'm gonna do shoulder press. I think I'm gonna do it on the machine too. Yeah, actually, I don't know. Somebody do. Oh, I can do Smith machine. Question is, do I do standing or seated? I think I'm gonna do. Let's just do standing. Yeah, let's do standing. And I'm gonna do it from the front instead of behind my neck. So I'm gonna go fat and steady. I still move decent rate. And then I'll move to bicep before we either to just a bicep movement or I do like a superset with something. But I mean, I'm still good on time. Like I said, I want to keep these workouts under two. Well, not quite under 2 hours, but we could be right at 2 hours. So like a little under to right at 2 hours. So I'm right at like a little over an hour right now. So I still got an hour. So I don't think I have to superset. That's the one thing I'm liking about these lives is it's kind of making me uh, pace myself a little better. Because usually I'd stay in here like 3, 4 hours just from like resting too long or um, doing a blank stare in the space or really just doing too much jump volume. Even though I like high volume, low intensity, I feel like my body I always respond to high volume, low intensity. But it does get to a point where it's like, okay, you're really not helping. So, yeah, like I said, trying to keep the workouts 2 hours and below. Which, if you think about it, 2 hours is still kind of long. So, if we can get even less than that, that would be great. And I still got cardio. Like I said, I'm gonna do into my cardio. Initially, I had said for the bulk, I wasn't really gonna care too much about cardio, but now that my really kind of, gotten up there, not eating on plan as much as I anticipated that I would. So that comes with consequences. But again, for a bulk, I'm not really concerned with aesthetics or like, I mean, so initially my plan was to do, yes, to do a lean bulk. And it was going well for a while. You can see on my Instagram, I was doing good at first. Like first couple of months, I was sticking to plan, um, which I'm still proud of because like a lot of times people come out of like that dieting phase, they'll kind of binge really bad and like um, put on a lot of excess water and like body fat. So I was proud when I came out of like my cut phase. I was still sticking to plan, not doing cardio, still staying lean, but I kind of figured that wouldn't last so long once I had got a hold of like some kind of good food. I don't know. It's just one of those things. It's like when you diet like that for so long, and then you just get like a little nibble of like a pizza or got something good. It's just like the start of like that spiral. So, like I said, it's fine. We're here now. We've put on the belly, so we're gonna thug it out and keep doing cardio just so we don't get too out of hand and we're not trying to cut off 60, 70 pounds in the spring when we do our cut. So right now it's more about, I guess you could say, like damage control and making sure we don't have to buy a new wardrobe. That's another thing. In the past, when I go on bulks, it's like I have two separate wardrobes because I would put on so much weight, thinking that a bulk is just about putting on as much weight as possible, not even considering the weight you might be putting on, a lot of fat and water. It's like to have like almost, I guess you would say, like a maternity wardrobe, and it's just for like the fat days, or like even like my hoodies would be like skin tight, like big ones like this. That's why I buy them big because I do have my seasons of like big back, big back seasons. So that's why I clothes bigger, just to kind of have that extra space. The goal is to like eventually fit in the clothes and be lean with it. Of course, if you're not, clothes aren't getting tighter. You're not making progress. Yeah, I used to. Well, okay. Let me say this stuff. Let me back up. Those 4 hours would be like me filming sets and a lot of like standing there like this, blank stares, and like resting between sets. So it wasn't like 4 hours of just straight killing myself. So murdering your car. Oh man, you're good. I was about to say murdering your car. Be careful with those Ubers. Customer. Yeah, so I was like, when I seen murder, I said, oh no, she is doing Uber. What is the That's what I want to ask you. What's like the craziest thing that you've had happen as far as like I've seen where people say people will get in their car and like start smoking or like Um, I mean, I guess vaping isn't as bad, but it's like, I mean, you're straight up lighting up in somebody's car. That's kind of wild. And then one dude, he said somebody clipped their toenails in his car. I'm like, wow. Luckily, my car, well, I won't say luckily. I really don't have, never had intentions of doing Uber. I do Uber Eats, but like, as far as like driving people, which I can't because my car is too old. I think you gotta have a 2000, or no, I think my car is right at the cutoff. So I have a 2008. I think it's right at the cutoff. But I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna do Uber. Just because like having somebody behind me, I don't know how I feel about that. 8 to 10 hours. Shoot, I believe it. I believe it. Who's a beast? And he stayed really locked in with his too. That's the only thing is like not being a professional or like a competitor. I don't have like an incentive to stay, dialed in year round because it's like I'm not planning to step on stage or I'm not planning to be doing like photo shoots. I feel like that's a reason to give you something to like say, okay, we gotta stay locked in here now because somebody can call us for a photo shoot or we might have to do a guest post. Which I guess really that's an excuse because, like they say, you stay ready so you don't have to get ready. So who's to say I wouldn't get like a photo shoot or anything or somebody? You just never know who you're gonna cross paths with. So I guess I should just stay ready and not make excuses. Yeah, have you ever watched Pumping Iron though? That's a good, I guess, documentary. I've actually watched that like a couple times. We can review, depending on how this feels. This might be my last one, and then we'll do a couple of drag sets, and then we'll move to bus, and then we'll get our accessory work, which is just gonna be flies, um, something rear delt. I might do front delt. I've kind of started to, um, what's the word? I, I've kind of started to feel a little different about training just straight front delt because I mean, even like any kind of pressing movement, you're going to be hitting your front delt. So it almost does seem kind of excessive to do a straight up like front raise type movement. I don't know. I've seen where people have kind of said like front raises are useless. I mean, I wouldn't say they're useless because you still kind of want to have that direct, uh, I guess direct kind of contraction. Because this is hitting front, but it's not strictly front, So, I don't know. Still going timing. All right. I feel like this is going to be. Oh, this is good. Yeah, that was good. Okay. So now I'm going to drop it down. Oh. What is it? Let's do that. Let's go. Okay. So now, myself, you can think we're going to do my favorite, which is the preacher. You can't go wrong with the preacher, bro. And that'll kind of give me some time to get my shoulders and my chest back for our finishing movements. Oh, that's amazing. That's fine. We'll just do. Oh man, my shoulders. We'll just do dumbbell. That's fine. And let's say, probably do some really like that stuff right now. But you really want to hear that? Yes. Yes. Because, and I'll tell you how I know that's true. Because before my last cut, I had been training like pretty consistently for like a year and a half, and my diet sucked. So like I was making a lot of gains, but you could not tell at all. Like it looked like I was going in the gym, going through the motions. And then when I went through my cut and I like really locked in on my diet, I pretty much just like uncovered a whole not different person because I was already that person under all the water, fat, and poor eating. So I just uncovered like all the gains I had made. So yes, your thing is like 90% of the work. Cause I was thinking back before I had, well, after I did my cut, I was like, dang, there's no way I made these kind of gains. Cause my cut was like from August to like October, November. And I was like, this transformation, it did not happen just in these past 3 months. Like this was the work I had put in from like the past, like I said, year and a half. It's just like I said, you couldn't tell because I was eating so bad, so I was covering up all those gains. And I'm like, yeah, I made this kind of progress in 3 months. I will say another difference is I had started taking creatine, so I know that helped out a lot. He said ass treat, disgusting. Oh yeah, you're good. So like, if you don't mind me asking, how well do you do with like the Uber Eats? Like let's say an average day. Because I mean, an average day for me doing like pretty much only Spark. Um, I would say like even on a slow day, I could probably do like 150. Yeah, probably 200 if I'm not there the whole day, but 150 for like 8 to 9 ish hours. So I'd say about 150 for me. It's pretty average. 200 is like a slow day, and I'm out there pretty much all day. Now I have had quite a few 300 days, but those are like usually a Sunday, which is like the busiest day of the week. So that's not what I would call average. But I'm just curious if you don't mind me asking. And I know I have to account for California inflation, so I have to kind of discount. I remember being in landing at LAX, and oh man, there was so many Uber drivers. So I'm like, that would be the only place I would hang out if I lived in that did Uber. I would basically live at the airport. But I'm sure those people make so much money just hanging out by the airport. Ooh. Oh yeah, now I can hear the preacher. Yeah. I'm gonna do one more of these. I'll jump over the preacher. I like Dumbo Crew, but it's not my favorite. Keep an eye on this time. We got 30. Yo, good. In their games. We just got home from the gym. I'm actually doing a push day, so which I am incorporating arms, but chest and shoulder. I mean, I say push, but chest and shoulder and bicep. Because I train. Um, I always train biceps with. Okay, let me start over. So I'm coming off of doing the bro split. I'm switching over to push pull legs. So I've always done biceps with chest day, just because, in my opinion, when you're doing chest, you're already hitting your triceps. So you're not training them. Because a lot of people do chest and tricep, which, I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm just saying, personally, I like to do bicep with chest because in my chest, I'm using my triceps. So my triceps not going to be fresh. So I rather train my biceps because it's going to be fresh. I can get a lot more work out of it. But I've always done with chest and shoulders, even when they were separate, on the bro split. So now I'm just going to keep doing that. And then if I have my pool day tomorrow, I'll do triceps with that. So I don't necessarily have a designated arm day. Yeah. But I just feel like everybody has their own philosophy, and everybody does what works best for them. And what works best for me might not be what's best for you, but it doesn't make right or wrong. I just feel like a lot of people will try to say that their way is more effective, or their way is this way. But I feel like it boils down to maybe that's the best way for you, for your body. That might be what your body responds to. But what your body responds to might not be what mine necessarily responds to. Because I like high volume. A lot of people don't respond to high volume. A lot of people respond to like that Mike Mensel, 2 working sets kind of thing. I think. See, that's what I'm saying, man. That you have to do what's for you. Chest and shoulders, arms and abs, and legs and back. Yeah, see? And that probably works for you. It's not to say that that's right or wrong, that's just what you found to best for you based on your schedule, based on what you respond to. It's all about your own body. Yeah, 100%. You're doing something that isn't normal for you to get to the gym and just be overall healthy. And it's the best option for you. Exactly. Exactly. Like a lot of people, they'll come in and do cardio in the morning, train in the evening. I'm the type, I like to do my cardio after my training. So I'm gonna finish my workout and I'm gonna go do my cardio. I mean, again, whatever you do, it doesn't make it right or wrong. It just means that you find something that works for you, fits your lifestyle, your needs, your work schedule. Just like some people, they might have a family, so maybe they can't be in the gym 5 days a week. Maybe they can only do 3 days, so they have to change up their split, or They have kids, so they can't be in the gym for 2 hours. They gotta have maybe an hour workout. So again, I know I keep saying the same thing. It's just you have to do what works best for you, and just don't try to overcomplicate it. Like I take my training style mostly from Kai Green. Like I used to watch a lot of his content, and I always seen how he did like high volume, you know, and even with his being high volume, he still incorporated high intensity. Like I honestly don't see how he, which I mean, doing that style training too long, of course your body's gonna get used to it. But I don't know. I've always kind of felt like either you should be high volume, low intensity, or high intensity, low volume. But he was able to do both, high intensity, high volume. So yeah, different, different kind of monster there. But I'm more of like high volume, low intensity, especially on a bulk. I'm in my bulk phase, so high intensity, low volume. Then once I go to my cut, it'll probably be low volume, high intensity, and it'll probably be shorter workouts too. Do 3 days afterwards, being up there like 2 a.m. Okay, yeah. You do 3 days. See, a lot of people they're like, oh, well, you gotta do 5 days a week. Or some people go to the gym every day, which I don't know. I feel like I feel like it can be done. If you structure your split where you're giving your body ample time to recover between muscle groups, then a 7 day split could definitely work. So yeah, super king. Tricep pull down, curl, tricep pull down. Oh yeah. Four. What is your what is your favorite curl variation? I was just talking about how mine is the preacher, the single arm preacher. Hands down, my favorite curl variation. I'm trying to think of my favorite tricep movement. I guess it would probably be like the rope. Yeah, I like the rope. Sorry, hey, sorry, I couldn't hear I was talking to my. Oh, you're good. I know you're out there grinding, getting your shmoney. Getting your shmoney. You still didn't tell me your worst experience with a passenger. I'm interested to hear your story. Or maybe if it's too much to type, then I'll have to ask you on one of your lives. You said you like hammer. Okay, I like hammer too. I do like a crossbody hammer. Yeah, I like that. I do like hammer. I'm not a fan of push because it feels weird. Yeah, I mean I get that. I just feel like for me, I like preacher because, and I've even made a video about this on my Instagram. I like how, because usually if you're doing a dumbbell curl, you can kind of swing a little, cheat a little bit. Whereas this preacher, you got your arm right here. You can't really. I mean, you could swing to kind of get the weight up, but at the same time, you're still keeping the tension right here. Like even if I was to go like that, my bicep is still getting most of the work. So that's why I like preacher because you're really kind of keeping the focus, the tension here, really like isolating the bicep and not training anything else other than bicep. I feel like with every other bicep movement, you almost can unintentionally train something else. You know, even if you're doing like the most strict form, you can still kind of, like I said, unintentionally hit something else. Which over the years, I've definitely become more of a, I guess you could say, like form police officer. Um, really kind of tighten up my form. And I even like only really realized that I've been doing like tricep the push downs wrong. I would kind of lean into them, but then I seen this guy was saying, you just stay standing straight up. And then I started on that, and I was like, whoa. Cause like I've always felt like my triceps were kind of underdeveloped, so that could be the reason. I've always been doing them wrong. My bad. I know I don't talk the loudest. I've always kind of been like a, I guess, soft-spoken kind of person. So I do plan on getting like a mic that I can hook up to mine. I thought the Rode mic would work. For some reason, it doesn't work. So I think if the gym I went to had a swimming feature girl, so I might do that sitting and doing it. Oh, I'm standing. Yeah. Uh, I mean, the standing will still just kind of be like the, which I guess you could kind of stand and do it. I don't know, I just feel like that would be kind of more like a, almost like an easy bar kind of curl. But hey, like I said, I get it. If it feels weird to you, then definitely do what you feel the best stimulation from. I just, like I say, I prefer this just because I cannot cheat it no matter what I do. So you cannot cheat this exercise. And I've always liked being able to like isolate. Which if you like hammers, you're already isolating. So I've always been a fan of like if I can find a way to make an exercise, um, I guess unilateral, I always like take advantage of that. So yeah, like I said, I like hammers too because you really work that side of your arm, which is what people really see. They'll see like even if you got like a big shirt on and it's not tight, people will kind of be able to see like, okay, he got some pretty big arms just because you're working that. What do they call this? It's not the brachialis, is it? Well, this side part, you know, you won't even have to take your shirt off. People will be able to see like you got pretty big arms just from you doing like a hammer type of. He said that's true, but he's sitting the mic. Okay, you know. I mean, also, it's because I have. This is what I'm actually talking through, because time I use like the phone microphone, I get my stream gets blocked because the stereo system in here, the music you can hear it. So like it always, well, the one time I did it, it like completely closed the stream out for copyright. So really, I'm talking through these. You know, there's a built-in microphone. There's probably another reason. I'm trying to block out the best I can. You're too tall to stand out one at the gym. Oh dang, how tall are you? Oh, see, I'm short. I'm only 5'8". So, well, I say 5'9", 'cause I'm 5'8.5". So if I say 5'9", then I'm at least average height. So your bills got you strapped down. Now so I work out more. Not always, but I gotta work. See, that's the issue I was running into too. That's why I started working out like 1, 2 a.m. because really I need to work the whole day when it's like busy. So that's what kind of made me adjust my workout schedule. Although I used to be up, I would work out like 5, 6 a.m., which is what I really prefer. But like I said, it's better for my work schedule if I work from the morning to the evening and then work out right now, which is the time I'm working out. So I definitely understand that whole working for sure. That's why I'm like trying to stack up right now, and then hopefully by the time I cut, I can kind of ease up, just a little bit, so I can go back to working out in the mornings, which is the time I like. Um, but yeah, I definitely understand having a stack of paper, especially living in California. That's why I'm like, you're rich. That's why I'm gonna need that loan from you. I've been out of the gym for a little bit due to like stuff. I'm moving houses, but I started back 2 weeks ago, and then I missed it. See, that was well, not the same situation. I had took 2 weeks off because initially I hurt my knee a couple months back. I was doing pendulum, didn't warm up, went too heavy, so and I had been hurting like the past couple of months. And then I finally said, okay, something's not right. So I took a whole week off. Um, and then the following week, ended up. So I unintentionally took off 2 weeks back to back. Finally got back in it, and I agree too. I was like, I felt so weird being out of the gym, and like I was even kind of like frustrated a little bit. So I can tell like I always need to have the gym to kind of level me out, if that makes sense. So, but yeah, I feel you. But yeah, life definitely be life, and life gets in the way a lot when it comes to fitness. And I've had a lot of like downward spiral and gained a lot of weight, lost a lot of weight, and gained a lot of weight, especially after like relationships. If you know what I mean, it's always what do they say? Heartbreak is the best catalyst for growth, or something like that. I don't know exactly how the quote goes, but yeah, I understand the life stuff, man. Trust me, we're not all that different. Nobody is. Last 2 days, I've been lifting with my dumbbells. Hey, that's good. Honestly, it doesn't exactly matter what you're doing, as long as you're doing it and being consistent with it, you'll see results. That's why before, like, people try to complicate it. I mean, really, any kind of like routine you do on a consistent basis, you're gonna see results. Like I was telling the guy, um, he was wanting to get started, and I was like, man, honestly, all you need to do initially, just start trying to hit 10,000 a day. Um, don't even try to like initially jump into lifting weights. It's not. It's not always like a necessity starting off. Um, it's more so about like building that like discipline, patience. So I was like, yeah, man, just like maybe 5 days a week. Because I mean, he does gig work too. So he's always on the move. So I'm like, yeah, man, you're already walking anyway. So just try to do like, just track your steps, and then you'll probably hit most of that goal just in walking around and like doing your gig work. And then whatever the difference is that you have to make up, just kind of do that after you're done working. Just to hit your 10,000 a day. And then you just do that, and you've already kind of started building that discipline, like the foundation of being consistent. So I feel a lot of people would try to like jump in head first, and they get overwhelmed, and they're like, okay, I'm not seeing the results I want. I'm giving it my all, starting off, and get frustrated, and like, all right, forget this. So that's why I'm like, just find something simple, easy to be consistent with, just so you can build that initial foundation. So yeah, the dumbbells, kettlebells, whatever. This is reminding me that it's important to weights burns calories. Yes, strength training does burn the most calories. So drive training and a house training. Hey, that's rough. Where do you live at? What's experience? What's experience? People trying to get me to driving for free. Slinging. Wait, what? You mean slinging like trying to fight you? I could see the whole driving for free. I don't know if I would consider that crazy. That would kind of like, I feel like that would norm. Like I've had people ask me to give them rides. One time I did it because like it was a really old guy, and he looked like he was struggling. So yeah, I gave him a ride. Probably wasn't the smartest, but um, life, yes, life be life and at the worst time. But that's always the best time for you to like grow, is when life starts laughing at a bad time. It's the best time for growth. So man, I'm watching the YouTube that makes me music. I don't know about famous. I don't know about that. Well, I mean, we're different. We're not so different in like experiences and like struggles. Like a lot of things might seem different the way they happen, but like conceptually, we all go through like the same stuff. Oh, wait, you said you were, I forgot, you said you were 16, right? Oh, that's 16. Okay. Hey, you said you didn't play any sports, man. What, it just didn't interest you, or like, or no, that was somebody else. I don't think you said anything about playing sports. Um, did you play any sports? 100% growth requires change, otherwise there will be no cost for growth. See, exactly right. Exactly. Best time to grow is under harsh conditions. It's like diamonds are created under pressure. What we're doing. I felt like I invented this. Probably not though. I mean, I hadn't seen anybody else do it before me, but maybe you need a phone. What? You still can't hear me? I mean, I don't want to yell. There still are people like around me working out, and I don't want to be obnoxiously loud. Yeah, I'm gonna look for something that can be like an actual mic that'll like hook to my phone. Or maybe I can even get like a headset that has like the old school little microphone that comes here, almost like the Xbox microphones. The job in the house shouldn't be a bad thing. The timing just wasn't ideal. Oh yeah, yeah. I feel like it's hard to ever be prepared for like a major move or anything like that. I'm just curious, did something force you out of the job, or like did you get a promotion, or you just had to relocate, or I'm just curious, what was the cause of the changes? I mean, mine was like I was fed up. That was the reason I changed. So like, let me think. My first major move was I got bored. I feel like that's a common thing in my life. That I get bored way too easily, so I have to constantly be. I figured doing gig work it would be harder to get bored because I constantly drive around all day, see something new every day. I just felt like sitting in offices at desks every day, I was just gonna keep getting bored over and over, like no matter what job I did. So that's why I'm glad I found gig work. Because I have an issue with getting bored quick. Job has changed really. Better job and better living environment overall. I was expecting it to happen. Okay, so at least you moved to a better job. I moved from a better job to a worse job. So, would love to sit here for a little bit, but we gotta get a shower and eat before bed. So have a good one. I'll try and pop into some future streams. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate you coming through, even for as long as you did, keeping me company, getting me through my workout. Because I don't know, lately I just haven't been feeling like listening to music, and I did want to get this content going, but I just seen that the videos weren't getting any interest. So I was like, let me try live streams. I feel like people are liking this better. Anyway, make a long story short, thank you for coming through. Please subscribe. And yeah, I will definitely be doing these. I'm probably gonna try to do them every day I'm in if I can. So definitely come through. Make sure you leave a like as well. Still gotta hit a. I think I want to do hammers and still gotta do flies. Like I said, this is just push A, so I don't have to really get through every single minute that I usually would. I still got a whole another day to come back and hit these muscle groups again. And this is my first week back after 2 weeks, so that soreness is gonna be ample. So we need to be ready for our next session. So I'm thinking we'll hit this. We'll do flies and hammer curls. And I think will be enough. Something I do want to put you guys on to is, oh no, I got 36 followers. I want to show you guys how I learned a different way to do my flies. If I could find the guy's name, I would mention him. Ziad, Ziad Nas, this guy. So he shows you like a totally different way to hit your fly. He said something about adduction or something. I can't really explain it like him, but basically he says instead of doing like that knee kind of grip, you do like an underhand just to kind of take your shoulder out of it and to prevent your initial move from the bottom. Because when people do it like that neutral kind of grip, your initial move off the bottom is going to be a press. And he was like, you don't want it to be a press. You want it to be kind of like your adducting. Um, and it takes your shoulder out of it and puts all the emphasis back into your chest. So like I've been doing this ever since. 'Cause it works. And he even said like instead of going all the way back, like a lot of times like I would do, he said you can just kind of keep it at like a 45-ish. So when you're coming back, a lot of times, well, I used to go all the way. This guy thought stretching it was like, you know what you want to do. But he was like, you just want to keep it kind of right here and return to your contraction. And like I said, I don't know how to train it, but I seen him doing it, and I was like, let me try that. And I've been doing it ever since, and it works. Cause like I don't feel my shoulder at all when I do it like this. And I was like, well, I am working my chest, so why not keep everything in my chest? Only thing is like, okay, I do it like this. Only thing is, you kind of gotta try not to use so much. It's gonna feel awkward at first, especially since I've been used to doing it like this forever, which still works. It's just like I said, I like this because it takes all shoulder out of it. I've always had shoulder problems, so that's why I like this better. Like you can even see, maybe you can't see. Yeah, you can even see it's like all in my chest. That's pretty cool. We got three subscribers. Got another customer. Oh, you killing it. Oh yeah, I don't think you heard my question earlier about what is a typical earnings day for you doing Uber. Like I said, it's California, so I don't have to discount everything. Is like OD expensive, but what's like a typical? If you don't mind me asking, no, you don't have to share that. I was gonna share, so it'll be even. So I said a typical day for me is like 150. That's on a that's on an average day, not a weekend. I could easily do 150 working, 8, 9 hours. Now, if I go the whole day, I'd say about 200 on an average day. But then, I'd say an outlier kind of day, which is Sundays. The busiest day would be like 300. So, oh man, he said he just had a customer that was smoking in the back seat of the car. She just gave him one. What? Gave him a cigarette? What is wrong with people? What is wrong with people? Who's gonna say? You'll say either a workout or chit chat. I'm here for both. Mostly workout. I don't know. Maybe I have been doing a chit chat though today. Uh, Maybe you're right. That's fun. Say workout or chit chat. Oh, that's right though. Keep me focused. Tell me I'm chit chatting too much, so I'll get myself. Which is crazy, but like I don't know. If you haven't known me for like a good portion of my life, you would think that I've always been the type to talk, but this guy would never be the guy from like middle school or high school would not be this guy right here. Like if people from like middle school and high school were in here, they'd be like, "Who's this guy?" Just because I was always like extremely shy, introverted to myself. So like the fact that I'm chit chatting, you said squats, I say is needed. Oh, come on now. Now I know you're playing. That's like, I mean, not to brag, but I would say legs is probably my only good muscle group. Like I can actually say I'm proud of my legs. Everything else is like it's kind of up in the air. Legs, I know you're kidding. Legs are only playing one week. Oh, you missed bench press, man. Bench press was like the second exercise, so you missed the bench press. I'll just finish it up right now. I think I might do one more bicep exercise, and then that'll be it. Like I said, I'm trying to keep these um, to like 2 hours, which I've already ran over this time just from chit chatting too much. So, but yeah, ideally I want to keep these sessions like 2 hours, just because I want people to like be able to go back and watch them too, and not have to. People aren't gonna watch a 4 hour long live. They even watch a live at all. Honestly, I don't go back and watch people's live either. Like a pre-recorded live. Like if it's live, I watch it. But like if it's already been recorded, I typically, if I'm being honest, I don't go back and watch like an old live. So I wouldn't tell the people too, but they definitely won't watch a 4 hour one. So 4 hours for a workout is like a sweet spot. So that's what I want to try to keep them no more than 2 hours. Which, like I said, I've already ran over this one. So it's good information. Yeah. Just so warmed up first. Yeah. Yes, sir. I'm trying to kill it. I'm tired. I was out doing my gig work. I got out there around like over 1 today. And then until I always will close. So I went until like 11. Um, yeah. Typically, what I've been doing right now is just kind of sleeping until I wake up. Um, but then I'll rest a little bit longer just because this isn't like an ideal schedule to have as far as like progress and recovery. Um, but if I wake up around like 7, 8 o'clock after going to bed at 4, it's not going to be good for recovery. So I'll still, if I do get up at that time, I just kind of lay there, get a little bit of extra rest, and then eat. Kind of take my time, and then I'll get out and do my work, as long as I can until usually until Walmart closes. Then after that, I cut it, and I just try to get in here as soon as I can, get my workout, and then go home and do it all over again. Before I would work out in the morning, and I felt like I was missing out on a lot of money earlier in the day. So I was like, well, let's work, let work be the first thing, and then get it in the gym. Many people, I don't have to worry about being in people's way, um, being obnoxious. Which I know a lot of people hate cameras, they hate tripods. So I said, let me come in here and it's not as crowded and just kind of do my thing. So yeah, everything works out. But I mean, ideally, I like working out first thing in the morning. Get my cut, I will go back to that just because recovery is like a lot more crucial for me when I cut because if I'm not if my sleep regimen is off, I tend to gain like a lot of well, I tend to hold a lot of excess water. So I need to be I always have to kind of keep my sleep regimen. So I try to get to bed at like 9, 10 o'clock, at 5, and that kind of helps me kind of reduce that water buildup, which I'm assuming is so. Right now, it's uh, not a big deal, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll see. Maybe I'll initially kind of still stick with this and just get more locked in on my way and then see how things go. And maybe it won't matter what my sleep schedule is like. Or maybe it doesn't even matter at all. Maybe I'm just making this up in my head. I just noticed when I was getting to bed 9, 10 o'clock, getting that sleep, getting up 5, I was able to maintain a much better, like leaner look, a lot easier. Oh, I think that's it for that. I'm thinking hammer, and that's it. Even this was probably kind of a little OD. It feels good to be back though. I will say that. There's something about the gym that makes me feel complete. Makes my day feel complete. Makes me feel accomplished. It's better than being up in everybody's face. Yeah, that's why I say like I know people get annoyed and agitated with iPods and cameras and phones. So I was like, let me find a time that pretty much nobody here